brief conclusion ceremony. On behalf of City University of Hong Kong, let me express our sincere appreciation for all the audience. You travel from long way, all the way to Hong Kong to attending this UN forum. And I also would like to take this opportunity, and probably Jeffrey agree with me. Let us thank all of our moderators, speakers. They shared their knowledge and their experience with us, and we all benefit from their discussions. And I also would like to thank Jeffrey, Tony, Jenny, UN team, which giving this much of the trust to a Hong Kong institution. And we are having such a wonderful conference. And of course, this is our first try. And we are very much looking into future further collaboration with UNECE in this PPP matter, in particular, how we can put people on the first. Okay, and I believe this is all good experience to us, and as the City University of Hong Kong, we benefit significantly, and we learn a lot. So let me conclude it here. Thank you all, UNECE audience and speakers. And I hope you enjoyed our conference and enjoyed your stay in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to add my great debt of gratitude to Hu Min and all his staff, Wayne and Gong, and all the people behind him and who have done such a wonderful job. This has been a memorable occasion. I won't forget about it. And with memorable occasions, let's not say this is indeed the end. When I started the actual session, I think a few days ago, a lot has happened, and maybe at least one good thing might stop these working into 2 and 3 o'clock in the mornings, because unfortunately with Geneva, when we go home, we have to continue working, but I should have been more insistent in saying no sometimes. But I began with some objectives. This International PP Forum is not just a gathering of people saying things and then disappearing. It's the continuation of a program of work that's extremely important. And it's to advance the goals of the United Nations. And our work in particular in standards has taken a great boost from these events. It's to develop with the standards project models that can be used for the development of the project of sustainable development in the goals. We made great progress with urban rail. I wasn't there, but I saw that there was great advance with Kai Moon. Also with the zero tolerance to corruption. There were some comments about maybe more aspects on operation and maintenance, and also big discussion on implementation. Not enough just to do the guidelines, but get them implemented. But that went forward. Also in capacity building, there was a good session on capacity building. Tony told me about it, and I believe Art Smith, our chairman of our working party on public-private partnerships, will take that forward. Belarus delegation, they've left, but that was a good model. We should certainly spread that out. The guiding principles, well, we made an attempt at a better version than last time, and then we again made progress. A decision was taken to set up a technical group, small group, and what we want to do is that it reflects not just one region, Europe, but it actually reflects other regions, and the delegation from Lebanon, where we have a center of excellence on ports, has just agreed to host the next technical group of this development, of the next version of the guiding principles, and that event will be held probably late June, July, and just with our colleagues in ESQUA. We also made progress with this very, very important aspect of how to develop a methodology for scoring projects. Remember, it's not an academic exercise to develop standards or people first, public, private. The idea is not to interpret the world, it's to transform it, and we want to get this link with finance. Maybe we should have, but we need to do that and get the scoring mechanism, and we've made progress with that. We started the guidebook on waste to energy. I now know much more about waste and much more about the challenge we have to do to make these waste to energy projects better. I want Pedro to brief me also in the case studies. It's people first case studies, 500 by the end of this year. We need to go forward on that with your help, with City University's help to get us the project models. I saw some magnificent models in the last session before, which were on the MTR, the Hong Kong. We need to go forward on that. On the smart cities, again, I'm intrigued in this. I think the One Belt, One Road needs smart cities along the road. I think that could certainly be something that we look at, and I think there's a huge innovation, technical expertise, knowledge on this way. We need to, and Kai Moon's point too about getting actually a centre going which can bring experts together to discuss how we provide good ideas. It's letting business in, but it's letting business in, as Kai Moon said, to make it smart, and that is very important. We're not wanting just to recreate some of the city problems that we see in our cities. We want to make them smart, social and sustainable. If I may, Kai Moon, could I just, Hu-Min, could I just probably allow me to say what I think has particularly worked well in Hong Kong, and I think what I was very impressed in was the way we managed to link up some of the experts from outside at different time stones with our dialogues here, and I think that was encouraging from everyone. I got some extremely good feedback from people actually who attended from these sessions in Boston and in Los Angeles, and that is also a tribute also to to Claudio, but also of course to your own technical staff and the brilliance of Hong Kong communications, which are the best in the world. On brilliance, Martin was brilliant. I think he deserves a round of applause. Our young. I'm just going through a list here, Martin, and on this downstream, 30,000 were listening on the first day, 50,000 for the second day. So people outside, thank you very much for joining us. The videos will be put on the YouTube and all the slides as well. Just finally on our follow-up, we'll be moving to Beijing tomorrow. We have a Sunday session on the big global conference that China is hosting on the One Belt, One Road initiative. This will be to enhance, well, our own personal participation in that will be to enhance our cooperation with NDRC on project training and capacity building on countries along the Belt to Road in Asia and Europe. So we're very, very excited about that. That's going to be a project which will allow our project teams and our networks to feed into this process so that we can really accelerate the projects and make them not just projects, but projects that really have sustainability about them and can meet the goals of the values of the One Belt, One Road. It's not just an economic model, it's to create values, culture that is also mentioned, and also, of course, our sustainable development goals. And my hope is that by merging and bringing the One Belt, One Road, we can actually help the sustainable development goals too, because actually I'm a little bit more concerned about the UN than I am about the One Belt, One. I think we need to give a mutual synergy here, and I think we can get very, very good progress, and I'm very, very excited about that. Final thing on the forum itself, I am the Wicked Witch within my team. I'm looking at the next forum, which will be held in Europe within 6 months' time, because we have to keep these standards going. That's what our business model is. So we'll have something in Europe, and we'll have our network in Europe, although I'm absolutely amazed how many people came from Europe to join us there, but we'll have then one back in Asia, a little bit like ping pong as well. Anyway, that's enough for me. Thank you very much again, Humin, and all your team for the excellent hosting. It's been a privilege and a pleasure, and we're looking forward to the next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again to Professor Humanyan and Mr. Jeffrey Hamilton. Please, ladies and gentlemen, bear with me one last time. The organizers have asked me to just run through a couple of logistics quickly for the MTR site visit this afternoon. The meeting time for the site visit will be at 10 to 2, so 1:50, at the information desk just outside here. And there'll be a round-trip coach, so we won't be traveling via the MTR, unfortunately. And for a more detailed breakdown of what the trip entails, there's also a board outside. And to everybody who's not joining, travel home safely. Thank you very much.